Happy now, all is now. It's a gift to be in the present, fresh, safe, sunning back in here, putting in my perception into the cloud of the collective to expand the collective consciousness. You're not tuning into the mind of an alginate moon, and Horus will be transiting the fourth house in the sky. It's also Thursday, aka Jupiter Day, so we're influenced by the fluid of Jupiter. Okay, so this is your moon message. So we got Moon in Virgo. Okay. Moon in Virgo, Sun in Leo. Okay. So emotionally, we're gonna feel like we wanna tend towards work. We're gonna be working with our emotions. You know, we're going to be, you know, analyzing certain emotions. This is after the new moon, so with the moon just coming from Leo into Virgo, so we just went from that new moon. So emotionally, you know, we are, you know, feeling like we want to critically analyze, you know, schedule, you know, things we do on a day-to-day basis, six house things, things of the sixth house, you know, we're gonna tend towards these things, so of course you're gonna have to look at where this moon is transiting on your natal chart, what house is transiting, to see what area of life it's affecting you at. Okay, so with the sun being in Leo, where it's in the last decan, so it's basically coming to an end of Leo season. We're coming to the end of Leo season. So with Moon and Virgo being in the first decan, it's basically the beginning stage of what Virgo is about. Like, so the mutable, adaptable way of communication. You know, mutable, adaptable way of communication and making sense. Okay, so this is what the moon is dealing with. So the moon is actually going to conjunct Mercury. Okay, Mercury is in Virgo as well. So the moon is going to conjunct Mercury in Virgo. So Mercury's home in Virgo, and the moon doesn't really do too well in Virgo because, it's more dealing with, instead of the moon being home in Cancer and Taurus, you know, it's like where if you put the moon in Virgo, it's not gonna have the nurturing effect that you want to that you would see a moon in Cancer have. So it's gonna want to nurture their work and what they do on a day-to-day basis, and they're analyzing, and that can play out on a positive end, but at the same time, that's not where the energy of the moon wants to be. Okay, there's positive and negatives to everything. Okay, so moon conjunct Mercury. Okay, so Mercury does well in Virgo. Mercury is home in Virgo as well as Gemini. So, we're gonna have, it's conjunction can play all. Conjunction can play all. So basically, it's just we're gonna have the gifts, the opportunities to be able to communicate what's on our feelings. We'll be able to have a mutable way of communicating about what's on our feelings with Moon conjuncted Mercury. Moon is also going to conjunct Mars. Okay, so Mars, all right, and Virgo, this puts us, this makes us analyze and critically think about our passions and our motivations and our desires. Okay, so at you know the you can look at it in a way where it's just like when you analyze your your passions, your motivations, your desires, you can fall into the trap of not actually fulfilling these things, you know? But as for if we have coming from Mars being in Leo, when Mars was in Leo, we weren't analyzing our desires, our passions, and our motivations. We wanted these things to be seen. We wanted to go out and express these things and actually use our willpower to manifest what's, you know, what was going on within our root chakra, you know? So, yeah, the moon is also trining Pluto. The moon is trining Pluto. So this is a harmonious alignment. Okay, Pluto is in Capricorn right now. So it is the gifts to be able to transform and change anything within ourselves at this time. Okay, the gift to be able to transform our status, our career, anything we're known for. We have the gift to be able to transform and change these things at this time. Okay, so moon is also trining Jupiter. Moon is trining Jupiter. So with this, we have the gifts to be able to expand, expand and travel and learn and grow, with our emotions and what we have within our waters at this time. Moon and your Jupiter is in Taurus. Okay, if I didn't mention that, Jupiter is in Taurus, so it's going to be able to deal with material, fixed values, fixed possessions, things we love and appreciate. We're gonna be expanding that. We're gonna be expanding things like that with our emotions. We have the gift to be able to expand, you know, with our emotions when it comes to things we love deep and we pleasure and fixed values and fixed possessions. So Moon is also trining Uranus. Okay. Moon is trining Uranus. So this is okay. Uranus is dealing with usually is associated with Aquarius, but Uranus is in Taurus right now. Okay, so Uranus deals with change, rebel, oppose, because to rebel against something, you have to oppose against something. So it's chaotic, and it brings, change. So with that being in Taurus, right now, it's like we have this radical, change when it comes to, our financial stability, you know, things that we value and love and appreciate. With the moon trining this, we have the gift to bring about change when it comes to our financial stability, So if you're not, let's say, where you want to be financially with this energy, this is the best time to utilize these energies and follow spirit, follow your spirit, and, it's basically going to guide you into the things you need to you need to do from within. Is creating the gift to be able to change and not and rebel and become a unique individual with your moon, so and so moon having this harmonious uh alignment with Uranus, moon dealing with your inner world, what's comfortable, things that's comfortable for you, you know and you're able to be a unique individual with your home, when your yin body, you know so moon is actually opposing Saturn. Okay, so moon is opposing Saturn. So with this is an opposition is 180 degrees. The moon being in Virgo, Saturn being in Pisces. Okay, so this is more of not a negative, more of a negative alignment, but with the moon opposing Saturn being in Pisces, you know, Saturn isn't even comfortable in Pisces, So it's just like, because Saturn deals with reality and Pisces is about the dream world and things out there. And that's just in your imagination and your creativity and, things that have to do with the yin realm, and the subconscious. Okay, so with that, with the moon being in Virgo, okay, opposing Saturn, it's it's basically a learning process, you know. So hold on. Obstacle. 180 degrees is an obstacle. Okay, so the obstacles we face is that with the moon being in Virgo, dealing with what we do on a day-to-day basis and our work, you know, our ability to plan and schedule, is opposing Saturn in Pisces, in the dream realm. So the obstacle is we're stuck between, what's real and what isn't real. We're not able to tell the difference between what's real and what isn't real when it comes to, this day-to-day reality, So with that, that's the little obstacle that's gonna play for these next 2 to 3 days. Moon is also Moon is also opposing Neptune. Okay. Neptune is actually home in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. So with Neptune being in Pisces and Moon being in Virgo, basically it's the obstacle we're gonna face is with Neptune dealing with dreams and illusions and creativity. Uh, the obstacle we're gonna face is where, with the moon being in Virgo, it's playing where it's actually gonna play out in more of a positive way, where it's just like we're gonna be able to create with what's you know we're gonna be able to work with you know this illusion and and miss we're gonna be able to create with what's not real type shit, with the shit that we basically are stuck between, with Saturn being in Pisces. you know we're gonna be able to create with that. Okay, so Moon is also in conjuncting Chiron and North Node. Is making it in conjunction to Chiron and North Node. Okay, so in conjunction is misunderstandings, and you can find it by counting 5 signs apart. Okay, so Chiron being in Aries, Moon being in Virgo. So, misunderstandings. Okay, Chiron being the wounded healer. All right, we have, you know, we have this energy, and we're, basically going to be misunderstanding what we should be healing at this time, you know? And North Node, Moon in conjuncting North Node. This going to be playing out as when people don't know their spiritual path, or their, if you don't know, with Moon just coming from Leo, where it was trining, the North Node. That was a time where you were able to see your spiritual path. But now when it's in conjuncting, it's going to be foggy. If on your path, it's going to be foggy, it's going to be misunderstanding your spiritual path and your life path. Okay. So, yeah, that's going to be your moon message. Fresh Sage signing out. Catch you next now.